Hey guys, okay, so today's video is going to be episode, I think 9. I may be wrong, but I think it's 9 of my makeup declutter series. And today it's going to be all about concealers. As you can see, these are all of my concealers, and I'm going to be getting rid of some. I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of too many though, but if you want to see what I'm keeping and what is going away, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I said that I don't think I'll be getting rid of too many, and that's because I got rid of some not too long ago. I want to say maybe like 2 months ago. I decluttered some concealers among other things, but this is what we have today. So let's start over here. We have this concealer collection palette from Measurable Difference is the brand. We got this in a boxy charm, and this is what that looks like. So as you can see, we have a lot of concealers here. This is okay. It's not amazing, but it's also not bad. So I'm kind of torn with this one because I do have my professional RCMA palettes, but I don't know. Those are like foundation concealer palettes, but then I don't know, I feel like these may be a little thicker than that, so in a way they're kind of different. So I think I want to keep this just because aside from the RCMA palettes, I don't have anything else like this. And so I have like a really good color selection here as well. It's not amazing, but it's also not bad, so I'll be keeping this one. Then we have here the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I have mixed feelings about this concealer, or more like I know exactly how I feel about it, but everybody else seems to love them. Everybody else seems to think that these are just amazing, and I hated this concealer. I've tried it multiple times, and each time I just end up hating it all over again, and as many chances as I've given it, I just cannot seem to love it. I don't know if it's just the one that I got, but when I apply this, it releases like chunks of pigments. I don't know how else to describe that or to explain it, but once I blend this out with like my sponge under my eyes, I feel like I have chunks of like concentrated pigments. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but that's like my experience with it. I don't know, like I just don't like this at all, and I've just given it too many chances, and at this point I just don't want to deal with it anymore, so I'm going to be passing this one along. Then I have here this tiny little It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, and I've actually never used this. I think it's because it's such a small size that it kind of hides under all of the other concealers, so I always kind of ignore it, but I do have to use this because I keep hearing amazing things about this. Everybody says that this is like that it has amazing coverage, and I just have never even used it, so I'm going to make sure to like put this in the top or just like make it a point to use it so that I finally try it, because I honestly have never used it. So I'll be keeping this one for now. Then we have here this Boo Boo Cover Up Concealer, and I think that's the brand Boo Boo Cover Up. Yeah, so this is interesting because I got this forever ago in an Ipsy bag, I believe, and I do remember using this, and I remember everyone just loving this, but I like never had a definite thought on it, or like I just never used it enough to really know if I loved it or not. So yeah, it's a good color for me, and it seems to have good coverage, and it also smells really good. So again, for now, I'm going to be keeping this one along with the It Cosmetics one. I'm going to make it a point to use both of them because I just haven't really given it a fair chance. Then here we have this Erase Paste by Benefit, and I remember loving this for a while, but then as time went on, I just kind of kept feeling like it was a little too sticky, and even if you set it like with a lot of powder, it just kind of stays wet and sticky. Like, see, even in the pot it looks very wet, and it's super creamy. I think that if you have like extremely dry under eyes, then you may enjoy this, but I just felt like it kept creasing, and I just started discovering other things that were just better than this. I love the undertone of this. It's like a peachy concealer, and so it covers your dark circles like amazingly. It does an amazing job at that, but then it would like crease through the day and it would just like stay sticky no matter how you set it. So because of that, I think I'm going to be getting rid of this. But I think that if you use a tiny little bit of it, then it may work for you. I don't know, like I feel kind of bad getting rid of it because I remember loving this so much, and I think that you could kind of make it work, but I just have so many other ones that are just easy to work with that you don't really have to put that much thought into it. And so because of that, I'm just getting rid of this one. But it is good. You really have to have a right technique for it. But for now, I'm just getting rid of it. Then here is this Pixie by Petra. What is this even called? The Eye Bright Kit in the number 2 medium tint. So I've heard that the Pixie Peachy Concealer or Salmon Concealer, I can't remember what it's called, but I've heard that that one is amazing. And so when I got this, I thought that this would be like the same type of formula, but it is not. This one is just not as good. I don't know if you can see in here, but I tried this shade right here, which is like the one that resembles my skin tone the most accurately, and I just didn't like it that much. These three are like completely new, and I just never even touched them because I just didn't really like this one. So I'm going to be giving this one away to like a friend or something. Maybe they will enjoy it more than I did, but I just don't reach for it because I remember not liking it very much. So yeah, I'm going to be passing this one along. Then in here I have this little quad from Coastal Scents. This is their Camo Quad in the shade medium, and I remember this being a really good for the price. I think this is like $4 or something ridiculous like that, but this is actually really good. It has really good coverage, and then once you are done like blending it, it sets and it feels completely matte, completely dry, not in a bad way, like dry, you know, but just like dry to the touch. It feels really good, has really good coverage, and this is actually really good. And I don't know if you can see that, but I did use it quite a lot. At this point, I think it's really old, and because of that, I'm just going to throw it out, but it is really good. Coastal Scents has like some products that are really amazing, and then others that are just not that good, but this is one of the ones that I actually really enjoyed. But yeah, it's just old at this point, so I'll throw it out, but this is really good. Then in here I have my amazing Tarte Shape Tape. This is my favorite concealer like ever. This is amazing, but I don't know if you can see, but it's like completely gone basically, and I keep meaning to buy it, but then I keep getting like new concealers, and I'm not trying to have too many, but this is like almost dry. It has like a tiny little bit, and I keep like digging into it to use it up, and that's why I haven't thrown it out. But this is amazing. It is my favorite, and it's almost gone, but I'm going to keep using it until it's completely dry because this is just worth every single penny. I know some people hate it and they think it's too thick or too dry, but for me it's just amazing, and it just looks incredible. So I'm going to be keeping this for sure, even though it's almost gone. Then I have another favorite here. This is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer. This is amazing. I have talked about this before. It is so good. It's actually kind of similar to the Naked Skin, I think. Like the consistency of it, it's like creamy but also kind of liquidy, and it just sets really beautiful. It has really good coverage. It doesn't move through the day, it doesn't crease. It's just really good and so affordable. I stopped using it because in the winter I get lighter, clearly, and so it was a little dark for my under eye in the winter. But now when summer comes back, I'm going to be reaching for this once again, and I always keep meaning to buy more in like lighter shades. But with BH Cosmetics, I don't like placing an order unless I'm buying multiple things because I don't want to pay for shipping. So unless I'm like ready to place a big order, I won't be getting it again, but I am getting it sometime soon for sure because this is really good. Then I have here the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is a really good concealer. It's very basic. I think it works for everyone. This is really good for dry skin or oily skin or aging skin. It's just really a really good concealer overall. It's good for everyone, and I have used it quite a bit, but I still have some left, so I'll be keeping this one. Then this is an interesting product that I actually have never used. This is the Illume, I think that's how you pronounce it, Face and Eye Brightener from Julep. So I found this in like the highlighter area when I did my highlighter declutter video, and I was like, wait, this isn't really a highlighter, it's a brightener. And so the way that you're supposed to use this is to place this like maybe under your concealer to brighten up the area, or if you wanted to place this like down the center of your nose and forehead, like it is a brightener, but it's not a highlighter, you know what I mean? But I've actually never used it, so I moved it to the concealer side so that I could try it like under concealer. I still haven't done that because it's only been a few weeks, but I will be trying this very soon. It looks very promising though. You would think that these little brushes would like get dry and crusty, but it hasn't. So I'm looking forward to using this and telling you guys how it works. So next we have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is amazing. It has incredible coverage. I've actually heard of people using this like when you have a lot of dark spots on your face. I've heard people using this as a foundation. I've never actually tried that, but that's just to show you how much of a good coverage it has. I really enjoy this. It's not very light. I got this a while back, and I think that when I asked to be color match, I told them to match it to my face instead of like brighter. I just wanted like an overall shade of a concealer, and so it's good. I haven't used it in a while because I haven't really done like spot concealing on my actual face. I don't know if that makes sense, but I haven't used it in a while, but I do like it, so because of that I'll be keeping it. And then I have here the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer, and this is another good one. It's kind of similar to the Benefit Erase Paste in a sense that it's like very thick and very sticky, but it has incredible coverage, and it's very good at covering like your dark circles especially. I do enjoy it. I actually used it a lot, as you can see, so I'll be keeping it. I just have to make it a point to like really use it. It's not as sticky as the Benefit one, I do have to say, and I know a lot of people hate this because they say that it creases a lot. It doesn't really crease on me that much, and I do enjoy it. It's not my favorite, but I do enjoy it, so I'll be keeping it. Then we have here this Julep Cushion Complexion 5-in-1 Skin Perfector with Turmeric. So this is an interesting product because it's actually it looks like a concealer, but it's actually for your entire face. Like you can use it as foundation or as concealer, and I did try this in a video and I really like it. It has really good ingredients for the skin, and also it does a really good job at like covering like dark spots and just darkness in general. It's really good. But I did get this in a box, like a monthly box from Julep. I am subscribed to Julep even though I skip every single month. But when I saw this product, I wanted to get the box. You have to like choose from like images, and you don't really like, you can't really try it. You also can like return it and exchange the color. And because of that, this is actually a little bit too yellow for me, and there was no way of me like exchanging it or any of that. So even though I do like it, it's just a little too warm and too yellow for me. So I'll be passing it along to someone that just has like a more yellow complexion, you know what I mean? But it is a really good product. It's very like natural looking, which I really like. And even though it's not a foundation, it has really, really good coverage. So I'll just be giving it away because it doesn't work for me because of the color, but it is a good product. Then I have here the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer, and I got this at Gen Beauty like as a free sample type of thing, and I do remember liking it, but it's a little too watery for me. If you know about the Born This Way line, then you know that it's made like with coconut water, and it's supposed to be super refreshing and super light. Like, it's a good concealer. It has light to medium coverage as a concealer, I would say, and because of that I don't really use it that much because I prefer a more medium to full coverage concealer. But because it's more of a light to medium, then I don't really reach for it that much. I do think I want to keep it though because I don't have anything else that is like light to medium coverage, so I don't want to have the option. At least I don't have any other product like this one, and because of that I'll be keeping it. Then I have here these two ColourPop concealers, and they are the No Filter concealer, and I got two shades when I bought it because, you know, with ColourPop you can't really return anything, and so I wanted to make sure that I had the right shade when I ordered, and so I got medium 30 and golden 40. Judging by the tubes right here, I would think that this is too light for me and this one is more my shade, but they oxidize like crazy. If you don't know what that means, it's when you take something out and the air hits it, it gets darker. And so because they oxidize, this one is actually a good shade for me and this one is way too dark. Because of that, I'll be keeping this one and I'll be giving this one away. This is a good concealer. It's not amazing by any means, but it is good, and for the price I think that you can't really beat it, you know what I mean? So I will be keeping this one, like I said, because I do enjoy it. It's not the best, not my favorite, but I'll be giving this one away because it's way too dark. Next, I have the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and I got this one because of Katie Lustrelux. She was obsessed with this for a while. I don't know if you guys remember. And I do enjoy the consistency of this, but I think that it ended up being way too light for my liking. And because of that, I'll be giving it away. It is a good concealer. I remember hating the applicator too, which is something that she did mention, that the applicator was super weird. And I think since then they upgraded it or they changed it. So I'll be giving this one away, but I think I do want to go back and repurchase it in another shade and see if I like it better now that the applicator is different. But this one, I'm giving away. Then I have two of the Maybelline Fit Me concealers here. So these two are actually brand new. I used to have, which one? This one in the shade Light, and I ran out of it. I love this concealer. It's one of my favorite drugstore concealers. Because I was running out of the light one, I went to get like a backup, and then I decided to get the medium one. Is this medium? Well, the sand one. I decided to get this one as a like face spot concealer, but I actually never got to open them because I have so many other ones, or I've gotten so many other ones since then. Like after this, I got my Shape Tape, and I was just obsessed with that one. I still am. And so because of that, I haven't really used these, but they are brand new, so I'll be keeping them because I do like them a lot. And lastly, I have my Kat Von D, what is this called? Locket Concealer. This one is actually fairly new. Out of all of my concealers, this is the one that I got the most recently, and I have been enjoying it a lot. I haven't used it on videos that much because I haven't done any makeup videos in literally like a month or two, maybe a month. So because of that, I haven't really like showed you guys this too much, but I do enjoy it, and so because of that, I'll be keeping it. Okay, so this is the result of my concealer declutter. I have 14 on this side that I am keeping, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I'm giving away, and then 2 that I'm just throwing out. So that is 7 here, 14 here, which means I'm getting rid of a third of my collection, which is actually better than I thought I would do, to be honest. I thought that I would be getting rid of like 2 or 3 tops, but I did way better than I thought I would. So I'm pretty okay with this declutter, even though it's not as much that I'm getting rid of as sometimes you guys know how sometimes I get rid of like 50% of my collection, but this time it's a third, which I'm totally okay with because I'm happy with what I'm keeping. And I do use most of them. I think only these 2 I really like have to get into them, and then this brightener. But the rest I do reach for, I do use often, and so I'm okay with that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this declutter, please give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. What are you waiting for? I do always appreciate it so much. It helps me and it helps my channel. And again, thank you so much for watching.